Up, guys? Come here. Let me check this out. If I look a little bit tired out, it's because I am. The people gotta know. My name's Alex Palmer. Somebody asked me a question recently. Very simple and straightforward. What's wrong with my business? What am I doing wrong? How do I fix it? Well, that's what I want to talk about today. So, first and foremost, I want to establish, for me, the spotoscope that we want to look through is going to be within quality, supply, and demand. Generally speaking, when we're looking at a business, your problems fall into one of these three categories, or it could be a mix or multiple. But once we can identify what the problem is, generally I find that it's a lot easier to fix it. And so now I've assembled a small list of questions that I might ask myself while looking through this scope and trying to answer the question of what am I doing wrong? How do I fix it? So one of the first ones that I might ask is, are the clients either not coming through, right? They're not starting, or stopping as a result of the pricing? Are they doing so as a result of quality? Are they doing so as a result of the supply? And then again, once we see the problem, we might more easily be able to fix it. To try something out, let's just say that I'm selling cheeseburgers. It could be where I got lots of people coming through, but then every time they leave, they go and they tell everyone how much we suck, right? The quality's terrible, and then that's causing a lack of demand, and therefore we are not selling our supply. Business is going badly, right? What can we do to fix that? Why are they complaining? Just to give you an example. Is it a chain of command issue? Is it perhaps somewhere in the middle of the chain of command where maybe we have a vendor and they're lacking a supplier or quality that we need? And then the answer there, or question, I guess, that is an answer, is do we replace that guy? Or otherwise, how do we improve his performance? Is it from the top down where the instructions or the process is unclear or otherwise not sensibly performable by the person at the bottom of the chain of command? Or is it even potentially as simple as it's not working out? You know, we've set up everything, we've prepared a very fair deal, we've done everything to incentivize the employee, make the job easy, and it's just not working out. You know, this could be a matter of we might need to rotate some seats within the company, or this might be a matter of replacement. It's up to you. I'm just here to point out the information. Another question that we may or may not ask ourselves is it a good idea to reform or add services? And once we answer the first part, the second part is, do we want to go narrow or broad? You know, do we want to introduce something brand new to everybody, or do we want to take our current offering and offer it to more people? Same thing on the narrow end. Do we want to take our current offering and target a different and specific demographic that we are perhaps not targeting now? Do we want to shift the image and the style and the packaging of our brand so that we can focus on a different demographic entirely? Maybe this specific subsect of people is just not what we need. Or do we want to introduce something new to a specific group of people perhaps? If your problem is in quality or supply, it's probably not likely that you need to add services. It's probably more likely that you need to reform them. I hope that this is obvious, but I wanted to make sure to state it for those who might have overlooked this. Is the issue due to not having enough leads? Or is it due to a lack of actual successful sales? Ego might get in the way here, but we have to answer this honestly if we care honestly. If we are getting enough people to the door, and we have a demand issue, then that means our sales sucks. If we're not, then we have a marketing and advertising issue. Simple as can be. And so if it's one of these two things, here's a couple of things that I'll throw out there for you that I hope help you out. If we're looking at marketing, especially from the ground up, from zero to hero, definitely there's a big focus on Facebook, X, and YouTube. Those are the big three for me. Everything else is, to an extent, not as valuable, but there is definitely value. So I will say we want to establish our entity, especially if we are aware that Google is the king of the internet, and Google recognizing us will make us a larger presence on the internet. And so what I'll say is signing up for your miscellaneous social media platforms, if you will, right? Stuff like Pinterest, Instagram, so on and so forth. This helps form an identity or an entity, especially when we're talking about Google. This will help you out with your public image. Your public image is important. We want to do this. Beyond that, and again, we have stuff like advertisement on social media, Plus, that's not to mention manual outreach. You could do stuff like posting. You can answer people who are looking for your type of service in groups on Facebook. There's a ton of ways that you may not be perusing to collect potential sales. Furthermore, is it in ads or SEO? Is there anything that we can do there to further our marketing and advertising? Are we targeting the right keywords? Are we using our budget the right way? Are we putting it in the right place? What are we targeting? Who are we targeting? Where are we targeting? Perhaps it's time for an assessment if we're not getting enough there. If all of those things are taken care of, we're getting plenty of people to the door, maybe it's a sales thing. Well, I can only say so much. But here's what I'll tell you from experience. The 4 items that I wrote here: speed, tone, scripting, confidence. I think this is your keys to success. And they kind of overlap, but that's me as a person, right? I double down on success. I repeat myself on things because I want to emphasize. So speed and scripting obviously go hand in hand. The more that you've rehearsed it, the more that you've done it, the more concise that you'll be. And eventually this leads into your confidence and your ability to control tone. Again, the more times that we've done it, the more we've rehearsed it, the more we've looked at it through a fine glass, the faster and more successful you'll be in sales. As far as tone and confidence go, again, once we have them to the door, we need to keep them engaged. We can't just be another boring, dry salesman. Sorry, it just doesn't work. Just reading the script just isn't enough, I'm sorry. So let me put it like this. When you're talking to a client, let's say I'm talking to you and I'm trying to sell you this cheeseburger, right? And I'm talking about it. Hey man, so here's a cheeseburger. I know you've seen 100 cheeseburgers like this before. But listen, this burger, it's gonna make your pants fall off, I promise. It changed my life. How does that feel? Does that bring you into interest at all? Did you lean forward when I leaned forward? Did you listen a little closer? Controlling the tone can help keep the customer engaged, and having the customer engaged is a pretty easy door to success. And then back again on the note of confidence, one of the things that makes me flake on a deal the most is when we get through the whole spiel, right? He explains his whole product to me and says, all right, this is my pitch, this is what I do. And we get all the way to the end and dude's like, yeah, it's gonna be $350. Huh? It's $350. Yo, speak up! Like, you need to be confident. You need to, not only do you need to know the things that you need to know, right? You need to know the ins and outs of your product is the first and foremost. That makes sales a lot easier right there, is knowing your product and being in tune with it. But confidence in the product as well. If you know that the product is great, why are you scared to tell them what it's worth? Don't be. Go all the way through confidently. If they have a question, answer it concisely and confidently. They will then follow you and become confident in the product so that by the time they get to the end, they're already basically sold on the value. They know that this is the best thing since sliced bread. Give me the number. I have to have it. So those are the suggestions that I'll make as far as sales. Overall, that pretty much wraps up what I want to say about the matter. It's interesting to note that for me, a lot of the answers to questions are just other questions. I wonder if that's backward. Hopefully this content has helped you. My name's Alex Palmer, humbly at your service. I do want to point out before I take off, we're cooking some stuff up. I'm trying some stuff out. I'm trying to help a bunch of people. I have a team behind me. I've had them with me for years, and we are trying to expand. So right now, I'm offering free consultation. If you or anybody that you know could use some advice or some help with anything involving business, marketing, or SEO, I have 8 years of experience. My team has years of experience. If I don't have the information, I can acquire it for you. And I want to do it for free. So come have a chat with me. Let's see how we might be able to help each other grow. You might be able to help me get some information to share with others that'll help others grow as well. Together we win. This is your invitation to come together. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.